Hello, welcome to My Secret Obsession. I'm Cherish Lively, and today we are listening to Enamored Alpha by Raven Tempest. You're sure to enjoy this thrilling paranormal romance. Chapter 1. Into the Wolf's Den. Alara. Branches lash my face as I tear through the forest, feet pounding over tangled roots and frostbitten moss. My lungs burn as I struggle to take a full gulp of frozen air, coming out as short, ragged gasps. Behind me, the howls rise. Closer now. They're gaining. They're not from any pack I know. Too wild. Too wrong. I duck under a low-hanging branch and nearly lose my footing on a patch of slick mud. Pain shoots through my ankle, but I keep running. I have to. My heart is a consistent, heavy drum in my ears, drowning out everything else except the relentless pounding of paws and snarls ripping through the darkness. I don't look back. Moonlight breaks through the trees, glinting off something at my chest. Damn it. I shove the pendant beneath my tunic again, heart clenching at the sight of it. I should have left it behind, but I couldn't. It's the only piece I have left of them, of who I once was. The forest pulses around me, ancient and alive. I feel it in my very core, my magic, warning me, begging to be let loose. But I can't. Not again. I've kept it hidden this long. If I let it out now, they'll see. They'll know. And then I'm really dead. A sudden growl, too close to my right flank, cuts through the night. I veer left, crashing through a thicket. Thorns bite into my arms, tearing at both fabric and flesh. Warmth trickles down my skin, and the scent of blood blooms like a beacon. I'm too slow. A shape bursts through the trees ahead, all claws and teeth and snarling rage. I don't have time to react, but it doesn't lunge. It stops, snarling. It hesitates. I skid to a halt, panting, staring at it. That's when I feel it. The boundary. Like walking through a veil. 1 second, I'm in the lawless stretch between territories. Next, I'm in claim land. Marked. Watched. The pause costs me. Something slams into my side from the shadows, hard and fast and brutal. I hit the ground with a cry, the air knocked from my lungs. My vision blurs. A growl rumbles above me, low and possessive. My body freezes. A man crouches over me, straddling my hips, pinning my wrists to the cold ground. His eyes glow like twin flames, gold and fierce and locked on mine. His dark hair falls in wild waves, and he smells like smoke, pine, and blood. Alpha. I don't move, my breath catching in my throat. You crossed into sacred territory, he growls, his voice rough and deep. Who are you? I open my mouth. No sound comes out, only the roar of fear and the thrum of something deeper, something primal, building in my chest. The wild howls behind us fade. They don't dare cross. But I did. And now I'm in the wolf's den. His grip tightens, just enough to make my breath catch again, and the pain flares sharp where his body presses mine into the earth. My heart isn't just racing now. It's slamming against my ribs like it wants out. I stare up at him, at the jagged scar cutting across one brow, at the thick lashes framing those golden, furious eyes. He's too close. His body heat seeps into mine, scorching me despite the frozen forest floor. Everything about him screams dominance and control. I can't move. My wolf is whimpering, pressed to the back of my mind, torn between fear and something else I don't want to name. Submission? No, that's not what this is, not what I want it to be. He leans closer, brushing his nose along my jawline, then inhales deeply. My skin prickles, every nerve alert. Not pack, he murmurs, more to himself than to me. but not rogue either. What are you? His question shreds through my panic. I can't let him see. Can't let him know. My magic writhes beneath the surface, trying to rise, drawn to him, to his touch, the heat of his skin against mine. My jaw clenches. He'll feel it. If I lose control, he'll feel the truth and everything I've buried with it. I'm no one. I force a whisper, barely audible, just passing through. A lie, one I've repeated so many times it tastes like the truth. His eyes narrow, scenting the deception like blood in the air. My fingers twitch beneath his grasp, itching to fight or run. Anything but lie still beneath this stranger's weight and scrutiny. I swallow hard. The pendant is still tucked inside my tunic, but I can feel it burning against my skin, pulsing in time with the magic I keep buried. My mother's crest. My curse. Don't flare. Don't glow. Don't give me away. But it's like trying to hold back the tide. The more I fear exposure, the more the power inside me stirs, clawing to be seen, to be known. I breathe harder, struggling to contain it. The alpha watches me like he already suspects too much. His eyes miss nothing, moving as they flicker over my face, scanning every twitch of my mouth, every dart of my gaze. It's like he's pulling pieces of me apart with nothing but a look. Liar. He rumbles softly, confidently, and his voice is colder than the night air. The word doesn't sting. It burns. Because the worst part is, he's right. My thoughts race, calculating how much longer I can keep this up. Every second under his gaze peels another layer away. I'm losing ground. Losing cover. And if I don't do something soon, I won't just be exposed. I'll be claimed. I twisted beneath him, trying to buck him off, but his solid muscle gave his body an almost impossible weight. My wrists are raw beneath his grip. I bare my teeth, a snarl catching in my throat before I choke it down. Get off me, I snap, fury cracking through the fear like a flicker of flame. I'm not your prisoner. He doesn't move, just watches me with that same unnerving calm, like he's cataloging every twitch of my body, every breath, every lie. His fingers flex, not tighter, almost reflexive, as if he doesn't trust his own hands to behave. The silence stretches between us, thick as fog. I don't care who you are, he says at last, low and sharp, but you have crossed into the north, my land. Alpha of the northern pack. The words sink in like ice. He lifts his weight, bracing one knee beside my hip as he finally releases my wrists. But before I can move, his hand comes up and brushes lightly against my collarbone. No, he's not touching me. He's sniffing, scenting, his brows drawn tight. I shove him with both hands, hard. You've made your point. He doesn't budge. Instead, his head tilts lazily, gaze narrowing as his golden eyes meet mine. And this time, something passes between us. Not recognition, not yet, but something ancient and strange. A pull, a low hum beneath my skin that doesn't feel entirely mine. My breath hitches. He notices. His jaw tightens, confusion flaring before he masks it behind a scowl. Who are you, really? I shake my head. I told you. He leans closer again. Too close. His claws extend, just slightly, and he brushes a curl from my temple. Not a threat, an instinct. He doesn't even seem to be aware he's doing it. Then his claws trail lower, down my neck, to the place just above my heart. The pendant. He freezes. My stomach drops. Where did you get this? He growls, voice lower but sharper now. Suspicion, alarm. I lurch upward. Too late. His claws curl against my neck where the edge of the chain lays. Not enough to draw blood, but enough to remind me who holds the power here. And I can't answer, because the truth is a noose. So I do the only thing I can. I lie again. Found it. I rasp. His eyes flash. No one finds royal crests by accident. I freeze, blood roaring in my ears. How do you know what it is? I ask before I can stop myself. His expression hardens, because I was trained to recognize enemies. Enemies. The word hangs between us like a blade. He leans back just enough to give me space to breathe, but not enough to let me go. And I realize with horrifying clarity, he's not going to kill me. He's going to uncover me, and that might be worse. The cold air slices between us, but I'm burning under his scrutiny. I can see the storm behind his eyes. He doesn't believe me, not for a second. His claws retract slowly, reluctantly, as if he's forcing himself not to rip the answer from me. You expect me to believe a lost little stray just happened to wander in with a relic of the old line dangling around her neck? His voice is low and lethal. I lift my chin despite the tremble in it. Believe what you want. I'm not here to start a war. He leans in again, the angle of his body crowding me with raw dominance. Then why are you here? I suck in his sharp breath, scrambling for something, anything that sounds like the truth. I was being chased. I didn't know this land was claimed. Half true, half lie. That's all I can afford. His expression darkens, like he sees through the split right down the middle, like he's weighing whether to tear it open. You ran from something, he mutters almost to himself. But you're more afraid of being found. My blood goes cold. I don't answer. His eyes flick to my lips, then back to my eyes. That's when I feel it. A spark. No, worse, a tether. Thin, invisible, pulling at the very core of me. Mate. No, no, no. My wolf howls, not in fear, but in recognition. I shove it back with a mental snarl, but it's already coiling around him, wanting, yearning. He smells like frost and fire, and everything I've never been allowed to want. He stiffens, jaw clenched. He feels it too. And that's the worst part. Because he looks at me like I'm dangerous now, not just a trespasser, a threat. My throat tightens. You don't know what you're getting into. He studies me, not with suspicion now, but something warier. No, he says slowly, but my wolf does. I try to push him off again. Let me go! He doesn't. His grip tightens, not painfully, but like it's instinct. Like letting go would undo something he can't explain. You're not going anywhere until I get answers. His voice is calm, but there's an edge to it now. Not anger, something tighter, uneasy. He doesn't know what this is, neither do I, but it's pulling us both under. The earth hums beneath me. It's subtle, like the low growl of a beast just before it lunges, but I feel it in my bones, the pulse, the pull. His hand is still braced near my throat, fingers twitching, claws barely retracted, too close, too steady. Every instinct I've spent years sharpening screams to get away, to run. But I can't. Not with his weight anchoring me. Not with this invisible chain tightening between us, drawing tighter with every breath. I squeeze my eyes shut. No, not here, not now, not him. Whatever you think this is, I say, voice shaking, you're wrong. Am I? He growls, a flicker of amusement briefly. His tone, it's different now, less certain, a thread of something fraying around the edges, doubt maybe, or something darker. The air between us shifts. He leans closer, as if to challenge the lie directly against my skin. The moment his breath ghosts over my cheek, my magic snaps, and it doesn't flicker. It explodes. A searing burst of light erupts from my chest, violet and white and everything wild. It crackles out from under my skin like lightning, arcing between us with a sound like tearing fabric and shattering glass. Darian is flung backward with a snarl, crashing into the tree behind him. The ground trembles. The trees groan. Somewhere, birds scatter in panicked flight. I gasp, back arching, magic sparking at my fingertips as I try to shove it back inside. No, no, no. When I blink, he's on his knees, shaking, staring at me like I'm a storm given form, like I've become something he doesn't understand. I scramble backward, my limbs numb and clumsy, my entire body is buzzing, hot and raw and hollowed out. He touches his chest, then his wrist. A faint glow pulses just above the bone, something ancient and half forgotten. A mark neither of us knows, but both instinctively feel. The air between us buzzes like static. My magic crackles again. Softer now, but insistent. A warning, or a recognition. Darian's lips part, canines clear as day. What are you? Shake my head, unable to speak, because I don't know. Not really. Not anymore. My fingers twitch against the grass, still glowing faintly at the tips. My heartbeat drums out of sync with my breathing. Everything is being thrown out of balance, like the world's axis has shifted. He rises slowly, carefully, like I'm something volatile, dangerous, and maybe I am. He takes a half step forward. I flinch. His jaw tightens as he stops but doesn't speak. We stare at each other, the space between us scorched and humming, and I realize I've just made everything worse. Run! Every instinct I have left screams it, thrumming through my veins like wildfire. My limbs are trembling, but they move, barely. I spin, stumble, then shove off the ground, heart punching against my ribs. The cold air rips through my lungs as I lurch toward the trees. 1 step, 2. A snarl cuts through the night like a whip. Then he's on me. Strong arms wrap around my waist from behind and drag me back down to the ground. I cry out, kicking and twisting, but it's no use. Darian is stronger, faster, and recovered too quickly from the magic blast I thought would buy me time. His grip is firm now, less hostile though, more cautious, but no less unyielding. I said you're not going anywhere, he growls into my ear. I thrash harder, ignoring that thrill searing into my pebbling skin. Let me go! He shifts his weight, pinning me to the ground, one knee pressing against the small of my back, but he doesn't hurt me. He doesn't roar or threaten, while his breathing is heavy and strained, as if he's wrestling something inside himself even more than me. Who are you? He demands again, quieter this time. I don't answer. I can't, because my magic's still singing. My wolf is still stirring, and his scent is in my nose and my throat, sinking under my skin. Something is wrong. Or Maybe it's been wrong all along, and I'm just now seeing it. He lifts me carefully this time, one arm under mine, the other arm around my waist. His touch isn't gentle, but it's not cruel either. We stand there for a beat, just breathing, him studying me with wary suspicion, me trying not to collapse from the aftershock that's still sparking across my skin. Easy, he mutters, half to me, half to himself. You're not dying, not tonight. My legs buckle, but he holds me up. I want to shove him away, but my body is useless, my limbs boneless. We're connected by something I can't name, and whatever it is, it's growing stronger by the second. Then he starts walking. I stumble beside him, too weak to resist, too exposed to fight. The cold bites at my skin where the fabric of my cloak has burned away. The forest is silent now, unnaturally so, like even the wind is waiting and watching. Darian doesn't speak again, and I don't ask where we're going because I already know. He's taking me deeper into the north, into his territory, into his fortress, into his control. The trees thin, revealing jagged spires of ancient stone and the silhouette of a looming fortress etched straight into the mountainside. A place out of legend, whispered about by exiles. Its towers claw at the moonlight, and its walls seem to hum with the same energy coiled beneath my skin. We reach the heavy iron gate, which creaks open at Darian's growl. He walks with purpose, carrying me more than guiding me now. Inside, the torchlight flickers along stone corridors, casting shadows that feel older than the bones of the earth. As we move through the trees, I glance at him, just once. His wrist is bare, but something glows faintly beneath the skin. A mark, old and powerful. Not his doing, nor mine. It pulses in time with my heartbeat. Something ancient has awakened, and neither of us is ready for what it means. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Your time and attention are truly appreciated. If audiobooks are your thing, you can listen to full novels on My Secret Obsession at Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, and Apple. If you enjoyed this reading, please follow, subscribe, or give a thumbs up. Your support means everything to me. Until we meet again, goodbye and happy reading.